Hi and hello, Rays fans, and welcome to this presentation of Rays Baseball Sunday afternoon affair here today. A rubber match in a 3-game series against the Royals. The Rays won yesterday, improved to 12-16. Royals coming in at 12-14. It's Yonny Chirinos versus Jacob Junis. And the starter for the Rays, Yonny Chirinos. He's 1-1 on the season with a 3.07 ERA. In his last start, he had a no decision versus the Houston Astros. Went 6 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The first man in the Royals lineup he will face, the shortstop Adalberto Mondesi, batting .208, 1 for 7 in the series with a walk. Final game of the series, Rays and the Sunday Blues. Here's the first pitch. And fouled away. For strike one, the lineup that Chirinos will face. Leading off at shortstop, it's Adalberto Mondesi batting second. In left field, Alex Gordon batting third. The second baseman, Whit Merrifield, batting cleanup in right. Jorge Soler batting fifth. The third baseman, Hunter Dozier, batting sixth. The catcher, Salvador Perez, batting seventh. The first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn, batting eighth. The DH, Anderson Miller, and batting ninth, the center fielder, Brett Phillips. That one right into the glove of Adames for out number one. The defensive alignment for the Rays behind Chirinos. In the outfield from left to right, it's Renfroe in left, Kiermaier in center, Meadows in right. And then across the infield at third base, Wendell, Adames at short, Lau at second, and Choi at first. So it'll be Mondesi, Gordon, and Merrifield here in this inning. Gordon is .253 on the year, 0 for 7 with a walk in the series. The 0-1 from Chirinos is swung on and missed, strike two. Dave Lawrence, the home plate ump here today, calling the balls and strikes. That no decision for Chirinos in that 6-inning start against the Astros. The Rays will go on to win that one 5-4. And in a thriller, as that one is grounded fair, and it's going to be, it looks like a base hit for Gordon. No! A nice play in foul territory for Choi. A heads-up play by Chirinos to cover first base, and that'll be good for out number two. And now with two gone and the base is empty, here in the first, it's Whit Merrifield. 327 on the year, 1 for 8 in the series. An RBI single yesterday that made it a one-run game. The Rays would add an insurance run and close it out. Nick Anderson struck out the side in the ninth to pick up his 7th save. Peter Fairbanks got the win in that one. And now the 0-1 to Merrifield. Low for ball one. For the Rays in the first, it'll be Meadows, Choi, and Adames. The 1-1 is put in a play, and it's going to get past Adames for a base hit. So the Royals get a man aboard with 2 outs. It's a single for Whit Merrifield. And that'll keep this thing going for the cleanup man, Jorge Soler. Soler with 23 runs batted in is tied for 4th in the American League. He's .289 on the year, 1 for 8 here in the series. He'll face Chirinos here in the first with Whit Merrifield on and 2 outs, as Chirinos will throw back to first. Another throwback. Obviously concerned about Merrifield going. A guy that's known for his base stealing abilities. Led the American League last season in hits as well, as he picks up a single here in the first. That first pitch to Soler's taken, strike one. And now this one to Soler. Low, and it's a ball and a strike. The Rays here in their Columbia blue tops as they wear on Sunday afternoon, the home whites, and the throwback Devil Ray caps. The Royals for the 3rd time this series in the all-road grays. Rays will have a 3-game set with the Indians coming up as they finish off a 6-game homestand, and as we come to the end of April and head into a crucial month of May, where in a 2-week stretch we'll face all 4 American League East rivals. Here's the 2-2. And a called strike 3. Chirinos picks up his first strikeout. That will end the inning. He gives up a hit, but that's it. As we head to the home first when we come back. And the starting pitcher for the Royals is Jacob Junis. Junis is 2-1 on the season with a 6.26 ERA. In his last start, he took a loss versus the Chicago White Sox, went only 2 1/3, allowed 8 hits, 7 earned runs, walked 2, and didn't strike out anybody. Hard to believe a guy like that has a winning record, but with a 6.26 ERA, Junis is coming in 1 game above 500. It'll be Austin Meadows with a 5-game hitting streak to face Junis first. Meadows 250, 3 for 8 in the series. The first pitch to him is put in a play, but picked up by the first baseman O'Hearn, who flips it to Junis, and that will quickly be retired for out number 1. Now Ji-Man Choi coming to the plate here with 1 out. The base is clear. Another 5-game hitting streak, 233 and 2 for 9 in the series. So the lineup that Junis will face, it was Meadows leading off in right field. Now it's Ji-Man Choi batting second at first base. Batting third, the shortstop Willie Adames. Batting cleanup, the left fielder Hunter Renfroe. Batting fifth, the DH Jose Martinez. Batting sixth, the third baseman Joey Wendell. Batting seventh, the second baseman Brandon Lau. Batting eighth, the center fielder Kevin Kiermaier. And batting ninth and catching, it's Michael Perez. As called strike 2 there to Choi. The defense behind Junis for the Royals. In the outfield from left to right, it goes Gordon, Phillips, Soler. And along the infield, Dozier, Mondesi, Merrifield, and O'Hearn. Now the 0-2 to Choi. Taken inside, and it's 1-2. The Rays, as we mentioned after yesterday's win, they're 12-16 on the year. 4th in the American League East, just ahead of the Orioles. They're 6 games back of the first place Yankees, who are at 18-10. So 4 games below 500, 6 games back of first place. So it's within reach for this Rays team. There's a foul ball near the road dugout for Choi, and it'll stay 2-2. Meanwhile, the Royals are 12-14, 3rd place in the American League Central. They're 5 games back of the Twins, who are 18-10 as well. Choi striking out there, and that'll be out number 2 in the inning, as both starters have now picked up a strikeout, and now it's Willie Adames to come to the plate. Adames is 180 on the year, 1 for 8 in the series. Here's the first pitch to him, swung on and missed for strike 1. The Rays lost the first game of the series by a score 7-4 and won yesterday 4-2. This will be the deciding game. A team like the Royals, the Rays really need to pick up some wins against before they start playing some more difficult competition. And it's the Indians up next, who are under 500 as well, but we all know how fierce that lineup is, although the Rays shut him down, as that one is run down by Phillips in center field. He'll be there in right center to make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning in the first for the Rays. As we head to the top of the second, no runs. And leading off the second inning for the Royals, it's Hunter Dozier. Dozier 309 on the season, 2 for 8 here in the series. He leads things off in the second. First pitch low. It'll be Hunter Dozier, Salvador Perez, and Ryan O'Hearn, all to come to the plate for Kansas City. And that one is fouled away for strike 1. That pitch about in the same spot. Dozier deciding to go for that one. The 1-1. And that one is popped up but fouled away. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that one is put into play right to the shortstop, Adames. And he'll make a routine throw to first in time to put away Dozier for out number 1. It goes 6-3. And now with 1 out, it's Salvador Perez. The catcher is 256 on the year, 2 for 8 in the series with a double and a solo home run. A 5-game hitting streak for him. Strange to see a catcher batting this high in the lineup. He's batted in the 6th spot all 3 games this series. Royals have kept it pretty consistent. Just swapped a couple of men out. Rays have been about the same as well, as they faced a few right-handers. Now the 0-1 is popped up. That one has some juice to it, and Meadows is going to watch it go. It's off the wall, and now picked up by Kiermaier. It'll be a 1-out double for Perez. So that one hard to read off the bat. Meadows just watches it bounce off the wall. Picked up by Kiermaier. That'll be the 4th double for Perez on the season, the 2nd of the series. And that'll put a runner in scoring position here for Ryan O'Hearn. The first baseman, 221 on the year, 2 for 7 in the series. Now for the bottom of the order for the Royals, a chance to take a lead here in a deciding Game 3. The 1-0. Low again, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Second hit of the day allowed by Chirinos there. Double to Perez. And now that one swung on and missed. Strike 1. 2-1 the count to O'Hearn. The pitch from Chirinos is a called strike 2 in the top part of the zone. Chirinos looking for the put away. Here's the 2-2. And he got him to chase the high fastball there, and he fouled it away. So the count will stay where it is, 2-2. O'Hearn fouls it away again to keep this at-bat moving. Salvador Perez standing at second with 1 out. And he got a swing and miss. Chirinos picking up his 2nd strikeout there. That one of Ryan O'Hearn. And that'll get a big 2nd out here in the inning. As the Royals head further down the lineup, it's the 8-hole, the DH Anderson Miller. Miller's 176 on the season, 0 for 3 in the series. He played yesterday, didn't record a hit. He bats with a chance to drive in the go-ahead run here in the early goings. Now the 0-1 from Chirinos is popped up, put into play, chased by the left fielder Renfroe, and he's under it for out number 3. So 1-out double allowed by Chirinos, but he cleans it up as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. It's a 0-0 game. It'll be Hunter Renfroe, the cleanup man, to lead things off here in the 2nd. It'll be Renfroe, Jose Martinez, and Joey Wendell here to come to the plate. Renfroe's 235 on the year, 3 for 8 in the series. Batted in the 6th spot yesterday and really came alive. So Kevin Cash moving him back up, as this has been a really hot and cold lineup as far as the hitting is concerned. And now the 0-2 is swung on and missed. Renfroe strikes out in 3 pitches, so not a good look for him in his first at-bat. That'll be the 2nd strikeout for Junis. And now with 1 out, it's Jose Martinez. Martinez is 184 on the season, 2 for 6 with a couple of walks in the series. The first pitch from Junis, it runs way high and inside, and it's 1-0. Martinez having to back off of that one a little bit. He looked a bit startled at the pitch. That one a called strike, and it's 1-1 now. Martinez takes another pitch, and quickly it's 1-2. Junis sets and deals. And he got Martinez to swing and miss. 2nd straight strikeout. 3rd of the afternoon for Junis. And now with the bases clear and 2 gone, it's Joey Wendell. Wendell, 250. He leads the Rays in batting average right now. He's 0 for 7 here in the series. He's also tied with Meadows. Coming into today, as that one is put on the ground, picked up by Whit Merrifield, but it bounces out of his glove. And Joey Wendell will be safe at first. It'll be certainly an E4. And it is. A routine grounder to Merrifield just pops right out of the leather. Joey Wendell, as he always does, running it all the way out and takes advantage. As the Rays will get their first base runner of the day. On an E4, now it's Brandon Lau. A 5-game inning streak. He picked up his 6th home run of the year in the first inning of yesterday's game. Gave the Rays a 3-0 lead, and they never looked back. A chance to maybe replicate that and drive in a couple here. 226 on the season, 1 for 9. His only hit being that home run. He's been relegated to the 7th spot here today. The first pitch to Lau is high. Wonder if maybe they're expecting Wendell to run. He does not. And Lau takes advantage, going ahead in the count. So for the Royals in the top of the 3rd, when we get back to it, it'll be Brett Phillips, Mondesi, and Gordon all to have their tries at Chirinos to tie ball game. 0-0, and Wendell is going to go. The throw, not in time. Wendell picks up a stolen base, and that'll get the Rays a runner in scoring position. He reaches base on an error, picks up a stolen base, and now he's standing at second. That 2-0 taken by Lau, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Makes sense for Lau with 2 outs to wait for a pitch that he likes. A base hit would give the Rays the lead most likely. That one put on the ground, but right to O'Hearn. A routine grounder, and he steps on the bag to retire the side. So an error gives the Rays a threat, but no hits through 2. 0-0. The 9-man hitter here, Brett Phillips, will get things started in the 3rd for Kansas City. He is 133 on the year, 0 for 6 in the series, was hit by a pitch yesterday. We wondered it might be retaliation, as Austin Meadows was hit by a pitch in the bottom of the previous frame. And the first pitch out of the gate, Glasnow hits Phillips on a pitch that ran inside. There's nothing more that came of that, so who really knows? But that's the only time he's reached base here in the series. Swing and miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. Fouled away. Down outside, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. 34 pitches already for Chirinos. And now this one is swung on and missed. That one ran outside, but got Phillips to chase. 3rd strikeout of the day for Chirinos, and that will bring the Royals back to the top of their lineup. Here with 1 out, it's Adalberto Mondesi. Popped up to short in the 1st. The first pitch to the lefty is low. Well, the switch hitter, I should say, but against the righty Chirinos lining up in the left-hander's batter's box. The only switch hitter in the lineup for Kansas City, and coincidentally enough, will be facing 3 or 4 a couple days when the Indians come to town. The Rays have actually faced Cleveland earlier this month in a 4-game series in Cleveland. The Rays took that series 3-1, as they went on a bit of a winning streak after losing 6 straight after opening day. And that's all what's brought us here. 12-16 record towards the end of April. 6 games back of first. A lot of baseball left to be played. And that one is put on the ground, charged by the pitcher and Wendell, and Chirinos will pick it up and throw to first, but not in time. Maybe that bit of confusion there in the shallow infield caused it. It'll be a base hit for Mondesi either way, as that is the 3rd hit of the day for Kansas City. And that will put a man on for Alex Gordon, who grounded out to 3rd base his first try. That one inside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. A throw back to first. The speedy Montez, he's picked up a couple stolen bases here in the series. A menace on the base path. A more traditional leadoff man. Another throw back to first, and some groans from the crowd. The 2-0 to Gordon. Mondesi's going to go. The throw from Perez will not be in time. Mondesi was a couple of steps ahead, and he'll pick up a stolen base. His 3rd of the series. That will put a runner in scoring position with only an out. And a hitter's count here for Gordon. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Fouled away again. Wendell picking up a stolen base just a half inning ago. So 2 already in this contest. The 2-2 to Gordon is swung on and missed. A big out. That's out number 2 of the inning. Gordon goes down swinging. 4th punch out here for Chirinos. And now with 2 outs and a man standing at second, it'll be Whit Merrifield. Merrifield singled in his first at-bat. Mondesi standing at second. Any kind of base hit is likely going to bring him in. And Merrifield knows that. The man at the plate here picked up an RBI single yesterday. That brought the Royals within a run. Now the 0-1 from Chirinos outside. And the count is a ball and a strike. Mondesi, as we are being told, he is 12 for 12 on stolen base attempts. And it's easy to see with that big leap that he took and his excellent speed. As that is certainly his best tool. The 2-1 to Merrifield is put into play but fouled down near the home bullpen as the Rays relievers on the bench were reacting to that one. And now the 2-2. Put into play, grounded right to the third baseman Wendell. He'll throw to first and he'll get the out there. So that will retire the side. A single and a stolen base gets the Royals a threat, but Chirinos gets out of it. So we head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Kevin Kiermaier here to get things started in the bottom of the 3rd. Kiermaier is 184 on the year. 1 for 5 in the series with a home run and a couple of walks. His home run came in Game 1. Part of a run that allowed the Rays to come just a run back after giving up 5 in the first inning. The 1-0 outside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. A bit quiet since then for Kiermaier, though. He's picked up a stolen base as well here in this 3-game series. Here's the 2-0. High, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. So, Junis really not pitching to Kiermaier here. I'm not sure if that's by design. Certainly not to a guy like that leading off the inning. It'll be the catcher Perez up next. So whether or not they can protect him in the lineup, we'll see. And now the 3-0 to Kiermaier is taken low, ball 4. Leadoff walk gives the Rays their first real base runner of the day. A walk issued by Junis. And that'll put a man on here in the 3rd for Michael Perez. Perez is 151 on the year, 0 for 6 here in the series with a walk. He's 0 for 13 in his last 4 games in a bit of a slump. The best hitting catcher the Rays have is Chris Herman is not really any better. A throwback to first for Kiermaier. It looks like this might be the game of stolen bases. Wendell's already got one. Mondesi already has one. And now Kiermaier, you would assume, is probably going to try for one as he had a sizable lead there. But got back in time. Safe at first. Junis has yet to throw a pitch here to Perez. It looks like he will here. And here it is. Kiermaier's going to go. Will it be in time? And the throw is off. The 3rd combined stolen base in today's game already. We're only in the 3rd inning. As now the Rays with no outs have a man in scoring position. It was a taken strike by Perez, but like we always say, probably by design. And now the 0-1. High. And it's a ball and a strike. You got to like the chances for the Rays to take the lead here in this 3rd after the catcher Perez will go back to the top for Meadows and Choi. That one high, and it's 2 balls a strike. If you're Michael Perez, you don't necessarily have to do all the work yourself. Just get on and allow someone else to do the heavy lifting. A cut and a miss. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. June is trying to work out of this one. No outs. Here's the 2-2. And fouled away by Perez. No runs yet for either side. Here's the 2-2. And that one is popped up. The left fielder Gordon is going to go back, but he'll make the catch. Kiermaier will have to stay at second, so an unproductive out. But 2 more chances for the Rays to drive in Kiermaier. After the fly out to left for Perez, it will be Austin Meadows. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to the first baseman his first try. Batting .333 here in the series, as he's heated back up. The hottest hitter here in the Rays lineup. Certainly, Kiermaier standing at second with 1 out. 0-0 game in the bottom of the 3rd. Rays trying to take this series victory as they look once again to try and creep back up to 500. A cut and a miss for Meadows, and it's 1-1. And that one is going to plunk Meadows. The pitch from Junis ran well inside. Hit Meadows' backside, and that'll put him at first. Will open up the potential for a double play here. As I'm not sure that's intentional, but the way the series has gone, you have your ideas. And now it's Ji-Man Choi, who struck out in the first. One of 3 punch-outs for Junis in the scorecard today. Kiermaier standing at second, Meadows at first. Bottom of the 3rd, 1 out. That one taken for strike 1, a big looping curveball. Only in there at 79 miles per hour. The 0-1. Taken for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Choi. Adames would bat next. Here's the 0-2. And it's popped up right to the left fielder Gordon again. And it's actually going to be the shortstop Mondesi that trails over to pick it up. And that'll be out number 2. And now the final hope in this inning, it's Willy Adames. Adames flew out to center in his first try. He's got a couple of men on with 2 outs here in the 3rd. It was a man at second with no outs. And now Junis is real close to getting out of this without giving up anything. The 0-1. Low. And it's a ball and a strike here to the shortstop. Adames in the recent goings has been batting high in the lineup. He's 3rd here today. A called strike 2, and now Jacob Junis a strike away from getting out of this inning. A walk of Kiermaier and a stolen base got him to second. Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Junis will get out of it. A man at second with no outs and no runs allowed. As we are through 3, no runs for either side. It'll be Jorge Soler leading off the 4th for the Royals. Struck out his first try against Chirinos. Chirinos trots back out with 51 pitches through 3. He'll face the middle part of the order. Soler, Dozier, and Perez. Pitch outside, and it's 3-0. This one from Chirinos, and it's going to be a leadoff walk issued to Soler. And that'll put a man on here for the Royals. The first walk issued of the day by Chirinos. And now it'll be Hunter Dozier. Dozier grounded to short in his first try. That one fouled away for strike one. This one from Chirinos. Outside for ball one. The home plate ump, Dave Lawrence, not giving Chirinos any benefit of the doubt. Any borderline pitch is going to be called a ball. As that one is popped up, it's the right fielder Meadows under it, and he'll be there for the catch and out number one. Hunter Dozier retired for the second time here today, and it'll be Salvador Perez, now who doubled in his first try against Chirinos. Another one of those would score a run. With Jorge Soler standing at first with one out. That first pitch put on the ground right to the shortstop Adames. He'll get the out at second, and he'll get the play at first. A hard slide to Lau at second, but they're going to get the double play and get out of it. A leadoff walk is erased as we head to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Hunter Dozier here to lead off the inning. Renfroe struck out his first time up. That first pitch taken for strike one. It'll be Renfroe, Martinez, and Wendell. As we're in a tie game in the bottom of the fourth, this one has gone by pretty quickly. Not necessarily a pitcher's duel, but both sides have done just enough to get out of their jams. Including Junis having a man at second with no outs in the third. As Renfroe's going to go down on strikes again. The second time for him today. Fifth punch out for Junis, and now there's one away. So now Jose Martinez struck out his first try against Junis as well. That one is put on the ground and right to Junis. The throw to first, and there's out number two. And now Joey Wendell comes to the plate. He reached base via an error. That one was charged to Whit Merrifield in the second. If you recall, stole a base to get to second, but was not driven in. The first pitch to him. That'll be inside ball one. Junis has only given up one earned base runner. It was a walk issued in the last inning to Kevin Kiermaier. As that one grounded right to the third baseman Dozier, and that's going to end the inning. A line out for Wendell, 1-2-3. As we're through 4, 0-0. For the Royals here, it's going to be the bottom part of the order to face Chirinos. Three lefties, O'Hearn, Miller, and Phillips. Ryan O'Hearn is 0 for 1, struck out in the second. The first pitch to him is swung on and missed, and off the backstop Perez. Now the 0-1, and that one's going to be a hair low, and now it's a ball and a strike. That one comfortably outside, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. A cut and a miss again, and it's 2-2. That one as well. Bouncing off of Perez. Looks like Chirinos and Perez maybe getting a bit crossed up here. Who knows? And here's the 2-2. And that one put on the ground. Gloved by Chirinos, and he'll calmly flip to first. There for out number 1. And now it's Anderson Miller. Miller flew out to left in his first try. That was in the second. He bats here in the 5th. The first pitch from Chirinos is outside, ball 1. He's had some struggles finding the zone. He's had 65 pitches. He's only walked 1 man. He's gotten lucky with some swings and misses and things like that. Some ground balls and hitters counts. And here's the 2-0. Low again, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. Especially the bottom part of this Kansas City order. Why not just take pitches? Chirinos having some struggles finding the zone, and it's 3-0. And here's the pitch. Low, ball 4, so it'll be the second walk issued by Chirinos. Really had no ability to find the zone there against Miller. And that'll put a man on. 5th base runner of the day for Kansas City. And now it's Brett Phillips, who struck out his first try in the 3rd. Just 132 on the season. A man staying in at first with 1 out. The last time the Rays were in this situation, they got Salvador Perez to ground into a double play as we see Brendan McKay getting loose in the bullpen. Brendan McKay has yet to appear in this series, so he's had a couple days off. Assuming Chirinos can get through 5, it wouldn't be too large of a bulk appearance, as we're bound to have some runs in this game at some point as he gets Brett Phillips to strike out for the 2nd time today. And now there's 2 gone. That was the 5th strikeout of this Sunday afternoon for Yonny Chirinos. And now the Royals go back to the top of the lineup with a man that has given the Rays their fair share of trouble, Adalberto Mondesi. As a throwback to first to cut Miller's lead. Mondesi's 3rd at-bat of the day. He singled in the 3rd. Here's the first pitch to him, and the runner's going to go. The throw is not in time. Anderson Miller will pick up a stolen base. 2nd of the day for Kansas City, and that will get a runner in scoring position. The 4th total stolen base for either side this afternoon, as we've been busy in that department. Here's the 1-0 to Mondesi. So if you have the leadoff man with a go-ahead run at second base, you like your chances. Mondesi, though, just 130 on the year with runners in scoring position. He's got the speedy Anderson Miller standing at second, as showcased by that stolen base. It's been Mondesi and Miller in the stolen base department for Kansas City. Wendell and Kiermaier for the Rays, as that one is fouled away, and it's 2-1. Mid-70s in the pitch count for Chirinos. Maybe get an inning or so more out of him. That one low, ball 3. A walk here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world with 2 outs, as he'd face Alex Gordon next, who's 0 for 2 today. As that one is put on the ground, backhanded by Wendell. The long throw to first, and Choi comes off the bag. See how they rule it. Will it be a base hit? No, it's going to be an error charged to Wendell, as it should be a bad throw to first. And that will keep the inning going. Can't afford to give a team extra outs, but that's exactly what the Rays are going to do. As Alberto Mondesi reaches base on an E5, and now it's runners at the corners with 2 outs for Alex Gordon. And as we were saying, you could afford to walk a man, but Chirinos actually really got the out by just an error on a routine play. Maybe not a routine play, it was a nice backhanded grab by Wendell, but the throw not where it needed to be, and now it's Alex Gordon with a chance to drive in at least 1. He's .318 on the year with runners in scoring position. Although he is 0 for 2 today, struck out in the 3rd. He bats here in the 5th. It's Anderson Miller standing at 3rd, Adalberto Mondesi at 1st. Probably the biggest spot of the day here for Chirinos as he's nearing 80 pitches. McKay warming up in the pen. A throw back to first to cut Mondesi's lead. You wouldn't think they would try and get a stolen base here with 2 outs, but you never know. The element of surprise. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back, and now Chirinos is a strike away from getting out of this thing. He's had some success against Gordon. Needs a put away pitch here to get out of this thing. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that will end the inning for the Royals. They get the go-ahead run 90 feet away, but can't bring him across. As we head to the 5th, still no runs for either side. Bottom part of the order here for the Rays in the 5th. It'll be Brandon Lau, Kevin Kiermaier, and Michael Perez. All to face Jacob Junis. Brandon Lau 0 for 1 today with a ground out to first. Junis coming out with only 50 pitches through 4 innings, pacing much better than Chirinos is. Kansas City has also been able to preserve their bullpen somewhat, as they've had a couple of relievers go 3 innings. They only used 2 relievers yesterday. After 4 innings to Keller, it was 3 of Kalish, and Skoglund finished it out. Royals have yet to go to the pin yet. It'll likely be the Rays that make that move first, as Chirinos is now over the 80 pitch mark. They have the bulk guy and Brendan McKay ready, although it'll be all righties in the 6th for Kansas City. That one put into play but caught. A nice glove play there by O'Hearn, and there's out number 1. It's now Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier walked his first time up, also picked up a stolen base. That happened in the 3rd inning. That first pitch taken for ball 1. Foul ball. There, and it's a ball and a strike. The count here to Kiermaier with 1 out and no men on. No runs for either side as we're in the bottom of the 5th. Can't name many times this season that's happened. The Rays usually on the losing side of things in these kind of affairs, at least in the 2020 season. They fared better when their offense has gotten going early. No such thing here today. Jacob Junis out in the 5th inning has only allowed 1 true base runner. It was a walk to Kiermaier in the 3rd. Here's the 3-1. And that one fouled away. So it'll be a full count. And I believe the first of the day for a Rays hitter, as it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Junis. Outside ball 4. So 2 walks for Kiermaier. No other Rays player has reached base outside of an error, but Kiermaier has found the magic juice. He's now walked twice. And you got to think he would try and steal a base perhaps again. You know, the Royals would certainly be expecting it. It's the catcher Perez here, so of course the potential for a double play is there with the guy that is not hitting the ball very well. Perez flew out to left his first time up in the 3rd. A similar situation, Kiermaier on base ahead of him. Kiermaier at first with 1 out. And a throw back to first to try and cut Kiermaier's lead, as Junis already knows what to expect. Kiermaier picked up a stolen base in the 3rd. He's back on the base path just 2 innings later. That first pitch to Perez is swung on and missed. The 0-1. That one looked a bit high, but called a strike. It's 0-2. The tail of difference. Junis definitely getting the benefit of the doubt on that pitch. Chirinos has not benefited from any such thing. The 0-2 to Perez, and it swung on and missed. Strikes out in just 3 pitches. And now we go back to the top of the order for Austin Meadows. Meadows is 0 for 1 and was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Second time he's been hit in the series, as that's kind of hard to figure out. And there's a pitch out, but Kiermaier didn't go, and he heads back to first. So maybe Austin Meadows can benefit with maybe Junis trying to pitch around here as the leadoff man looking for his first hit this afternoon. Final game of the series. He lays off of that one. It's inside, 2-0. Kiermaier standing at first and now 2 outs. Rays looking to get the first run of the day for either team and break this 0-0 tie. Here's the 2-0. Taking strike one. At this point with Junis only being at 67 pitches, you might as well start taking some to try and eat away at it. That one taken, and it looked a bit outside, but called a strike, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Junis just now a strike away from getting out of this thing. He's given up a walk, that's been it. Here's the 2-2, and put into play. It's going to get down for a base hit to continue the inning. First hit of the day for the Rays. It comes here in the 5th inning. A single for Austin Meadows, and that'll move Kiermaier over to second base for Ji-Man Choi. Ji-Man Choi 0 for 2. Flew out to the shortstop his last time up in the 3rd. He's got a couple of men on and 2 outs. Rays trying to take the lead here. The 1-0 to Choi. Outside ball 2. Choi is 400 on the year with runners in scoring position. He's been the definition of clutch, if there is such thing for the Rays. As every time they need him, he always seems to kind of come through. Here's the 2-0. And that one is put in the air. Chased by the left fielder, Gordon. And that one is going to get down for a base hit and score a run. Maybe 2, no. Meadows will stay at 3rd, but it drives in the first run of the day. An RBI double for Ji-Man Choi, his 5th double of the year. And just as we said, whenever the Rays need him to come through, he does. And now the Rays have taken a 1-0 lead on just the 2nd hit of the day. All you need is situational hitting, as their 2 hits have come here in the 5th, and now it's Willie Adames with a chance to knock in 2 more. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Willie Adames is 0 for 2, struck out in the 3rd. He's just 1 for 10 in the series. The 1-0 to Adames, taking strike 1. This is a big spot for Adames, batting on the top of the lineup. That's something he's done a whole lot of, and a couple of runners in scoring position. Really a chance to put this game out of reach, as the Royals offense has not been able to muster much. They've had a couple of threats, but that's been in. A lot of struggle in bringing men in. Here's the 2-1. And that one is put into play but fouled. And now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Junis has thrown as many balls as he has strikes here in this inning. 13 of both. 26 total. He's now at 76. Now he's about even with Chirinos in that category. Here's the 2-2. And it's swung on and missed. That will end the inning. Adames gives up a chance to drive in a couple more, but the Rays do take a lead. An RBI double for Ji-Man Choi. And now at the end of 5, the Rays lead 1-0. It'll be Whit Merrifield to get this inning started for the Royals. Merrifield is 1 for 2 with a single in the 1st. They bring out Chirinos to start a 6th. They have a couple of righties warming, as it will be all righties until O'Hearn in the 7th spot. So 4 straight right-handed hitters. Here in the 6th, Chirinos pitching with a lead. That one fouled away by Merrifield, and it's a ball and a strike. And that one is put in the air, chased by the left fielder Renfroe, but that one's going to go all the way down to the wall. Picked up by Renfroe. It's going to be a leadoff double here for Whit Merrifield, and just like that, the Royals get the tying run in scoring position. The 6th double of the year for Merrifield as he picks up his 2nd hit of the day. It's been the bright spot probably in this Royals order. And now with no outs, Chirinos has got some work to do. Interesting to see how much longer they're going to leave him out. He's pitching with the lead. That one high to Soler for ball one. So now it's the cleanup man. Soler's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and has walked in the fourth. The 1-0 from Chirinos is low for ball two. Soler 455 on the year with runners in scoring position, as the cleanup man should. He's done his job. He takes another pitch and it's 3 balls, no strikes. This is where Chirinos can get in a bit of trouble. I know the main focus can be to not let that runner at second move, but you keep putting men on, and it can get a lot worse than just one. He gets a swing and a miss there, and it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Now the 3-1 is put on the ground right up the middle. It's going to be a base hit, and it will score Whit Merrifield, as there's going to be no play from Kiermaier. Call it an RBI single. And just like that, the Royals have tied this baby right back up. And the Rays are going to make a pitching change. Kevin Cash comes out to get Chirinos. His day will be done with a no decision, unless the runner from first ends up coming around to score. He'll have 1 earned run to his name and 5+ pitched. 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. And now Brendan McKay, the bulk man, in 12 appearances, a 4.91 ERA. He'll come on to face a couple of righties and a lefty, as it'll be Salvador Perez, the man to come out first. Actually, Hunter Dozier is right ahead of him. It'll be Perez next. That pitch in there for strike 1. So the Rays take the lead in the bottom of the 5th. And there had been no runs prior to that, but then just like that, the Royals tie it right back up as we are back to square one. And now likely a battle of the bullpens for the rest of the way, as Jacob Junis probably does not have much left either, as Brendan McKay will pick up a strikeout there. Got Hunter Dozier to look a bit silly. He's now 0 for 3 on the day. Now Brendan McKay picks up his first strikeout. So Yonny Chirinos' final line, as we said, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, an earned run as of now in 5+ innings pitched. As Salvador Perez pops that one up, chased by the center fielder Kiermaier. He'll be there. Now quickly out number 2. And that'll be it for the righties that McKay will have to face. It'll be lefties from here on out for quite some time. And it'll be Ryan O'Hearn up here with 2 outs and a man on. O'Hearn is 0 for 2 today. And his last time up in the 5th, grounded to the pitcher. That first pitch inside for ball 1. It'll be a no decision for Chirinos, as his record will stay at 1-1. The Rays that will come up in the bottom of this inning, it will be Hunter Renfroe, Jose Martinez, and Joey Wendell, as they look to snatch the lead right back. Will it be Jacob Junis? We'll have to find out. 2 righties and a lefty for the Rays, and now the 2-1 is swung on and missed. The 2-2. Yeah, that one's fouled back. He got just a piece of it there. Did O'Hearn. O'Hearn 0 for 2 today, as we said. Now the 2-2. Outside, he won't chase, and the count is now full. Anderson Miller warming up on deck. And now the payoff is fouled away down near the road dugout, and it'll stay 3-2. Another 3-2. And another foul ball. This one from McKay is popped up. It's the center fielder Kiermaier right underneath of it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Brendan McKay finishing off that inning, but Chirinos gives up the lead. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, it is now 1-1. The Royals get a couple of men warming, but it will be Jacob Junis out to start a 6th. He'll face Hunter Renfroe first, with whom he struck out twice here already today, a righty-on-righty matchup. It'll be Renfroe, Martinez, and Wendell. As Renfroe takes that first pitch for strike 1. The righty Hahn, the lefty Skoglund, both of which we have seen in this series before. I'll talk about that a little more if we see one of them. And the 0-1 to Renfroe. And that one is put into play. And there's no one over there. And it's going to be fair and all the way down to the wall. A leadoff double for Hunter Renfroe as he hits against the shift. The Royals defense shifted outside. Renfroe goes inside. His 8th double of the year and his first hit of the day. He's been held quiet but bursts out onto the scene there. 3rd hit allowed for Junis, and that'll put a runner in scoring position with no outs for Jose Martinez. Martinez 0 for 2, grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th. 80 pitches now for Junis. I don't think that's really the question as to what will keep him in. It'll be all performance as we're in a tie game. You can afford to go to the bullpen. The DH Martinez just 167 on the season with runners in scoring position. He's got Renfroe standing at 2nd after a leadoff double. 2nd extra base hit today for Tampa Bay as they look to take Game 3 of this series and get back to just 3 games below 500. Martinez lays off of that one outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. And that one is going to be fouled away down near the home bullpen where we see a couple men warming. Fair to assume that might be Brendan McKay sign that he's going to be coming out. Another 2-2 to Martinez outside, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff to Martinez. And that one is put on the ground right to the second baseman Merrifield, who has a bit of trouble with it. But he'll get the play to Martinez. The good news is Hunter Renfroe able to move over to 3rd. So that fumble might have costed the Royals. We'll see. The sacrifice play is certainly in the cards. Joey Wendell up here. He's 0 for 2. He's reached base via an error, but that's it. A pop fly would probably give the Rays the lead here in the 6th. As that one is going to be put out on the ground, picked up by Merrifield. He's going to go over and get the out of Wendell, but it's going to be an RBI. Scores Hunter Renfroe from 3rd, and now the Rays have a 2-1 lead. Not necessarily situational hitting, but situational baseballs. They're able to drive in the run. You got a man at 2nd with no outs. That's how you bring them in. Now it's Brandon Lau with a chance maybe to try and add more. We'll see. Brandon Lau 0 for 2 today. A ground out to 1st and a line out to 1st. As that one is going to bloop down for a base hit, and a missed diving play by the center fielder Phillips. Got right down in the gap, and that'll be a base hit. The 4th of the day for the Rays. Brandon Lau picking up his first hit of the day. It's a single. And now it's Kevin Kiermaier, who has picked up 2 walks in 2 plate appearances. And that one is absolutely lined off the bat of Kiermaier. He's willing it fair, and that baby is out of here. Kiermaier, for the second time this series, hitting one out of the park. His 7th home run of the season. It's a 2-run shot. Has now extended the Rays' lead to 3. Is now 4-1 Tampa Bay. Kiermaier has been seeing pitches well from Junis all day. Finally found one that he liked, and he made it count. And boy, does that help that Brandon Lowe was able to get on base, as that home run might all but do this one in. That one staying just fair of the right field foul pole. And now the Royals are going to make a pitching move. It'll be Jesse Hunt out of the bullpen first for the Royals. Hunt in 12 appearances, a 1.85 ERA. So Jacob Junis, his line will finish. He gave up 5 hits, struck out 8, walked 2. Gave up 4 earned runs, pitched 5 2/3. He's in line for the loss. That one high to Perez for ball 1. Brandon McKay would now be in line for the win, as he was pitching, at least in the lineup at the time that the Rays took the lead. It was an RBI ground out for Joey Wendell, but then the Rays poured on as that one is popped up by Perez in shallow right and picked up by Soler for out number 3. But the Rays pick up 3 runs and they take the lead. That 2-run shot there by Kiermaier added on. At the end of 6, it is 4-1 Rays. It's now Oliver Drake out of the pen for the Rays in 17 appearances, an 8.36 ERA. The righty Drake will come on to face a couple of lefties and a switch hitter. So, in essence, really 3 lefties, as Mondesi has really been hitting out of the lefty batter's box today anyway. So, a bit of an odd choice here in the 7th, but we'll see how it works out. Drake will be pitching with a 3-run lead. It's a hold situation for Drake. McKay, as we said, in line for the win. No decision for Chirinos. Jacob Junis now in line for the loss, as we're here in the 7th. Rays with 9 outs left to get. Think you can start counting them when you're under 10 left to get. The Rays pitching with a 3-run lead. Anderson Miller is 0 for 1 with a walk. That came in the 5th. As a cut and a miss, and it's now 1-2. And now this one from Drake. Just a hair inside, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. This really has been an exciting series. Whether it will be remembered that way or not remains to be seen, but a 7-4 loss in Game 1. The Rays gave up 5 runs in the first and answered in the second with 4. The Royals pulled away as Drake picks up a strikeout there, and there's 1 away. So they got the loss there in Game 1, and then in Game 2, some exciting play in the game that they won 4-2. That was yesterday. First Devil Ray day of the year. A 3-run homer in the first inning by Brandon Lowe. And the Rays never looked back. That same Brandon Lowe coming across the plate for one of the Rays' 4 runs today on that 2-run homer by Kevin Kiermaier. Now maybe time for Kiermaier to make his way back up the lineup. We'll see. He's batting 8th here today. It's now Brett Phillips, who's 2 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Drake comes on to get the 7th. And then we'll see from there. That one fouled away, and it's 2 balls a strike. The 2-1. That one taken, and it's 3 balls to strike. The leadoff man will be up next. Adalberto Mondesi. This would be a big out for Drake to get out of this thing scoreless. Here's the 3-1. And that one is fouled away into the road dugout, as it looked like a bench coach maybe swatting that one away. But the count to Phillips is now full. Here's the payoff from Drake. And it's low, ball 4. And Drake will walk a man. It's the 9-man Phillips as he reaches base for the first time today. And now we go back to the top for Adalberto Mondesi, who is 1 for 3. A single in the 3rd, reached base via an error in the 5th. Phillips standing at first with 1 out. The Royals down 4-1. First pitch to him. And that one is put in play. He gets down for a base hit. Chased by Kiermaier. That one's going to go all the way down to the wall. It might score a run. And the runner is going to be waved from 3rd. And it's going to be an RBI triple for Mondesi as he is safe at 3rd. So now the Rays lead cut to just 2 on an RBI triple for Mondesi. He scores Phillips from 1st. And that's where walks can come back to bite you. Oliver Drake has faced the minimum. Might be time to get him out of there. We'll see. And they will. It'll be Jose Alvarado to come out. In 11 appearances, a 9.82 ERA. He comes out after Drake had just gotten 1 out. He'll finish with an earned run at least to his name, if not 1 more, if Mondesi is to come around to score. It's now Alex Gordon. A sac fly would make it just a 1-run lead for the Rays, but Alex Gordon is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, including one his last time up in the 5th. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. This seems like the priority out for the Rays, as it's all righties after this. They'll have to face the lefty Alvarado. Gordon 304 on the season with runners in scoring position. That might explain it. This one might get real tight down to the end. Oliver Drake not pitching his best stuff, and we will see if it will cost the Rays here on this Sunday afternoon in the Trop. Just the first series of this 2-set homestand. Rays looking to win this series in a rubber match. Here's the 2-0. In there for strike 1. That fastball in there at 101. And that's why you put him on. Here in this type of situation, a flamethrower. Ironically, to put out the fire. Here's the 2-1. Fouled away. And now strike 2. A strikeout of Gordon here would be huge. Wonder if he'll give him the off-speed or just go back to the fastball. Here's the 2-2. Fouled away again. Another 2-2. And that one is going to hit Gordon. That fastball 101. Boy, that's got to hurt. Ran inside. And Gordon will take his base. And that'll now put runners at the corners, still with just 1 out. And that puts the tying run on the base path at first base. Definitely not what you want to see. That one's certainly not intentional. And now a lefty Poche, the righty Chaz Rowe warming up. This one could get a bit hairy here in the 7th. As the Rays really to this point would just be content to go to the stretch with any kind of lead. They lead by 2 here. Here's the first pitch to Whit Merrifield. Low, ball 1. Merrifield today is 2 for 3 with a single and a double. He doubled his last time up in the 6th. Here's the 1-0. And that one is going to be popped up. Chased by the catcher Perez. He's under it. And boy, is that a big out. Out number 2 of the inning. A pop up to the catcher. And now it's Jorge Soler. Picked up an RBI in his last time up. An RBI single. In the 6th. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Has also worked a walk. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Mondesi at third, Gordon at first. Alvarado in to put out the Flames. That first pitch at 101 taken outside. The 1-0. And a called strike one. That one looked a bit inside, but maybe at 100 miles an hour. Really too fast for the home plate ump, Dave Lawrence, to see. The hardest throwing reliever in this Rays pen. He's on here, a lefty on righty matchup. The biggest out of the game today. The 2-1. That one fouled away, and Alvarado a strike away from getting out of this thing. He inherited a man on third with just 1 out. He hit a man and has also gotten an out. Here's the 2-2. And a cut and a miss. He chased the fastball high, and that fastball was really high. Jorge Soler strikes out to end the inning. Drake gives up a run, but that's it. 7th inning stretch time. Rays lead 4-2. That'll be Austin Meadows as the Rays are back to the top of their lineup. Austin Meadows is 1 for 2, a single in the 5th, and was hit by a pitch. It'll be Jesse Hahn out to start another inning, as he got just an out in the 6th. And that one is just foul. Boy, that would have done some damage, as the Royals' defense was shifted way inside. And now the 1-1. And that one is popped up, but the left fielder Gordon is underneath it, and he'll be there shuffling over for out number 1. It's now Ji-Man Choi, man who came up big in the 5th. An RBI double his last time up. That was also his first hit of the day. He's 1 for 3. That gave the Rays a 2-1 lead. They have since added on. And boy, those insurance runs are going to end up helping out. As if not for that 2-run homer by Kiermaier, this game would be tied. The 1-1 here to Choi. And high for ball 2. Choi takes a pitch, and it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Willie Adames would bat next. Here's the 2-2. And a called strike 3. Choi goes down on strikes for the 2nd time today. And that will be out number 2. With the bases empty and 2 outs, it's Willie Adames. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Not his best day. The Rays with just 6 outs left to get. As that one is popped up, chased by the center fielder Phillips. He's going to run all the way out to deep center, but make the catch for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning here in the 7th for Hahn. As we said, the Rays 6 outs left to get as we head to the top of the 8th. It'll be Chaz Rowe, the man out next. In 10 appearances, a 7.88 ERA. As these Rays relievers may have some nasty pitches, but their ERA is certainly not the best. The righty and closer Anderson warming up in the pen as well. So it looks like it'll be all right-handed pitchers from here on out. It's the righty Hunter Dozier to get things started. So it'll be 2 righties and a lefty to come out in this inning, which makes sense. Dozier, Perez, and O'Hearn. Dozier is 0 for 3 here today. Struck out his last try in the 6th. Royals down a couple of runs. On the top of the 8th. It's 4-2 Rays. Here's the 0-1. And fouled right back to the catcher. It's 0-2. Perfect chance for Rowe to go to his put-away slider. The 0-2. He does go to it, but didn't get a chase. Got a shot there of the closer, Nick Anderson. He's 7 for 8 on saves. He'll probably have a chance at another one. Here's the 1-2. And he got him the chase on that slider. Out number 1 in this 8th for Rowe. I see the pitcher comparison. Junis just getting a couple more outs, but it's going to make the world of difference as he's in line for the loss. They leave him out in the 6th, and he kind of rotted away. Ended up giving up 4 runs in totality. Came into that contest with a 6.26 ERA. So maybe not at his best right now. As now the catcher Salvador Perez up against Rowe. The catcher is 1 for 3. Doubled in the 2nd. Flew out to center his last time up. That went high and it's 2-0. That one a called strike 1. At the top of the zone, it's 2 balls a strike. So for the Rays, in the bottom of this inning, for a chance to add on more insurance, it'll be Renfroe, Martinez, and Wendell. A cut and a miss on a changeup, and it's 2-2. Made him look silly on that pitch, just 79. See if he goes back to the slider. That's the patented pitch for Rowe. And he got a foul ball off of it, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes still. 5 outs left to get here. Pitching with a 2-run lead. That fastball inside, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. A full count here against the catcher Perez. Here's the payoff. And it's put into play, and it's through for a base hit on the hole. And the right side of the infield, a 1-out single for Salvador Perez. And that will bring the tying run to the plate in Anderson Miller. Miller today is 0 for 2, worked a walk in the 5th. Salvador Perez inning at first. With 1 out. Excuse me, it's Ryan O'Hearn, I should say. O'Hearn today 1 for 4. A cut and a miss, and it's 1-2. This one from Rowe. Fouled away. That one ran inside, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And they got the cut and miss. Another pitch ran inside, but that one paid off. O'Hearn strikes out, and now there's 2-way here in the 8th. And a pitching move for the Rays. They bring out Anderson here in 9 appearances, a 4.15 ERA. He's 7 for 8 in saves. We assume it'll be a 4-out save situation, the first of those that he will see this year. 6th pitcher out. As Rowe had faced the minimum, and they're going to say that's it for him. Now it's Anderson Miller. Miller 0 for 2, walked in the 5th. That first pitch in there from Anderson for strike 1. So if it is a 4-out save situation. The man that he will at least face, it'll be Anderson Miller here. Brett Phillips next. Mondesi. And Alex Gordon. Here's the 1-1. And that one popped up. The right fielder Meadows comes in, and he's there for out number 3. So they bring out the closer to get it an out in the 8th. He does. The Rays with 3 outs left to get. It's 4-2. It'll be Hunter Renfroe to lead off this inning. Hopefully the last time the Rays come to the plate here today. Chance to add on some insurance. They're already up by 2. It'll be Renfroe, Martinez, and Wendell. That first pitch taken for strike 1. It's Jesse Hahn out to start another inning. Couple of men warming up there for KC. So after this series is done, it'll be a 3-game set against the Indians, and that will wrap up the month of April. And as I've been talking about so much, we head into that crucial month of May. It'll start with a road trip out west. It'll be against the Oakland A's first. And I believe then they'll head back at least to the middle part of the country to face the White Sox. And then they'll start playing all those American League East teams. They'll play all 4 in just a 2-week stretch. They'll play the Orioles for the first time. They'll meet the Yankees here in the Tropicana Field once again, a 4-game set there. And again, of course, the Blue Jays and the Red Sox as well. The payoff to Renfroe. That one is fouled away. Another 3-2. And that one is fouled away as well. And that one is absolutely blasted by Renfroe. The center fielder Phillips is going to go back. And that baby is out of here. The Rays do get some insurance. The 8th home run to the Rays slugger Renfroe this year. A solo shot. The Rays now lead by a score of 5-2. And what a way to make things exciting here in the 8th. Renfroe picks up his 2nd extra base hit here today. This one a home run. And that'll be Jose Martinez to the plate. Martinez is 0 for 3 today. Grounded out to 2nd. His last time up in the 6th. The catcher setting up inside, and the pitch is in there for ball 1. We still think it'll be Nick Anderson in the 9th. First time for him that'll have to come out to start another inning, as that one is popped up by Martinez, and that one is going to go back. The left fielder, Gordon, is going to make the catch on the wall. A spectacular play. That one looked like it might have gotten out of there as well. But a nice play by the left fielder. And that's out number 1. And what a way to get it. It's now Joey Wendell. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out in the 6th. That one popped up. The center fielder Phillips is going to go back. And boy, these are some deeply hit baseballs here in the 8th. Jesse Hahn might have lost his juice. I'm not sure. Fly out to center there for Wendell. A guy that's not known for the pop in his bat. And now it's Brandon Lau. Lau is 1 for 3 here. Singled his last time up in the 6th. Base is empty. 2 outs in the 8th. The Rays with 3 outs just left to get. And the lead is now 3. In the 9th for the Royals, it'll be Brett Phillips, Adalberto Mondesi, and Alex Gordon. As that one fouled away by Lau, and it's 0-2. It'll be all lefties, but we assume it'll be the closer as Lau strikes out there to end the inning. That's going to be it. The Rays tack onto a 2-run lead on a solo shot by Renfroe. That was his 8th of the year. Rays 3 outs left to get. It's now Brett Phillips to lead this thing off for the Royals. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He ended up coming around to score. Nick Anderson will come out in the 9th inning as we expected. He'll have to face 3 lefties. As the switch hitter, Mondesi, we assume, will be in the left-handed batter's box. But Nick Anderson is 7 for 8 on the year with save opportunities. Got a chance to pick up his 8th. The Rays lead 5-2. That one ran a bit inside, and it's 1-1. An important out here to get the 9-man before they go back to the top. That one outside, and it's 2-1. A cut and a miss, and now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Against the lefty Phillips. Anderson sets and deals, and that one outside, and the count is now full. And the payoff is fouled away. The count's still 3-2 to the man leading off the 9th. Another payoff. And that one is popped up. The center fielder, Kiermaier, is under it. And he'll be there to secure out number 1. And now we go back to the top in the Royals lineup for Adalberto Mondesi. Mondesi is 2 for 4 today with a single and a triple. That was an RBI triple in the 7th. He bats here in the 9th. The Royals with 2 outs left to work with. That pitch in there for strike 1. So the pitching outlook for the Rays, it'll be a no decision for Chirinos. Finishes with 5 innings pitched. It was an inning from McKay. An out by Drake as he got into a bit of a trouble. Alvarado gets him out of it. Picks up a couple of outs himself, and then Rowe with another 2 outs. And now it's Nick Anderson in a 4-out save opportunity. That one is lined foul, and it'll stay 0-2. If this result holds, it's a loss for Jacob Junis and a win for Brendan McKay. Here's the 0-2. Low ball 1. This is the last man you want to put on. The speedy Mondesi. Here's the 1-2. And a cut and a miss. Perez throws to first to complete the strikeout, and it's good for out number 2. And now down to their final out. It's the left fielder, Alex Gordon. Made that nice grab against the wall in the bottom of the 8th. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Was hit by a pitch in the 7th. The Rays lead here 5-2 and try and close out this series, the first meeting against the Royals this year. A 3-game set against the Indians next, as we'll be here at Tropicana Field. The 2-0. High ball 3. Anderson's going to have to give a pitch to swing at. And here it is. And that one popped up. Run down by the center fielder, Kiermaier. He makes a running catch for out number 3. What a way to do it. So the Rays win by a score of 5-2. Nick Anderson picks up his 8th save of the year. Brendan McKay gets the win. The Rays advance to 13-16. Pick up their first series victory in Tropicana Field of the season. The Royals drop to 12-15. Jacob Junis takes the loss. We got a 3-game set with the Indians starting tomorrow. We'll see you on Monday evening.
score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious Rays, 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base. For Kansas City, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 10 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and